Hello, everyone. Once again, this is Dare to Speak. And after doing 200 videos already, which is, I'm really surprised. I did 200 videos already in 6 months. Wow. Can't believe it. And I'm pretty happy about it. I want to do as much controversial subjects on anything pretty much so far. I think I have. I wanted to cover a subject which is very touchy. It's also very old, and it's also very tragic. It's really very sad. For those of you who knows the TV show America's Most Wanted, hosted by John Walsh, I wanted to talk about the story about his son, Adam Walsh, who was kidnapped and murdered. I'm compelled to talk about this for one reason only, which is something just doesn't make sense to me. The person that they have in custody, the one that they arrested, named Otis Toole, which fits the perfect type of criminal for this type of thing. He's like a losery type of loner drifter. Yeah, and he's like a homosexual pedophile and things like that, and an arsonist and all this kind of thing. And he was friends with some other very psychotic type of lowlife type of guy named Henry Lee Lucas, and they were lovers at one point. They lived together or whatever that kind of thing, and they did murders and other crimes together. Now, so much is all focused on them, about what they did, which is okay. That's understandable. And then after their arrests for two different separate things, Otis Toole confessed to the murder of Adam Walsh, and he described in detail. And then he even boasted and wrote a letter to the father saying all these type of horrible things, taunting him. Now, it makes it very easy for the public to believe that this guy did it, and this guy probably acted alone, most likely. And the public bought it. That's just how it is. But it's too easy. It just seems way too easy. Something just doesn't make sense. How can they said the boy was left alone by the mom for about a few minutes. She was only about maybe 3 hours away, so like 20 feet or something at the most. It was crowded with, there's a lot of people. He was with other kids. An inexperienced security guard kicked the little boy out along with some other kids that were playing video games. For whatever reason, I don't even understand why. They said, okay, you guys need to go out, get out of here, you can't be just playing video games. Adam could have said that I'm with my mom. Now, whether he said that or not, the security guard probably still kicked him out. That seems kind of fishy to me. Something that seems very, very suspicious. And according to Otis Toole, he said he saw him in a parking lot and he lured him into coming with him, and he took him into the car and drove off. And saying that he was crying, he wanted to go home. He punched him in the face, which made him cry even more. Drove him someplace into the woods where he took him out there, raped him, tortured him, and then decapitated him. Threw his head into a canal and all this type of gruesome stuff. Now, as tragic and as seriously fucked up that murder was. I have to focus on how we got lured into it. I cannot picture him walking all the way to the parking lot or walking away from the store, just wandering off. I have a suspicion, even though this is not conclusive. I mean, please, I'm just giving my opinion on this. What if he was what if the security guard told him to leave because someone else wanted to have him kidnapped? What if the father what if the father John Walsh pissed off somebody? Pissed off somebody who was either a part of some kind of secret organization having to do with some kind of crime syndicate, or maybe some kind of a weird organization having to do with pedophile killers, or something having to do with some kind of group that are into something bad. Who knows, whatever the case may be. Or it could be some guy who was very powerful, and John Walsh just happened to piss him off. So they wanted to make an example of him and get revenge. Now, this is just a theory. I don't know if this is true. I'm not saying that it is. But knowing there was a lot of people there, and nobody saw anything out of the ordinary. You saw just saw some weird, losery looking guy with a little kid, and they wander off together. Or he just wandered off by himself and he saw him in the parking lot. And of course, this was in 1982. There was no they didn't have the technology that we have now, or that people didn't care. They were just didn't even bother back then to notice something strange. It just doesn't make sense. It's just way too easy. What if he had enemies, and they actually went as far as to steal his own son, or to have Otis Toole steal him? What if he was either hired to do it as a job, or to do whatever he wanted to do? Because look at all the publicity that was focused on him and him only, and rule out any possibility of any kind of foul play, that some kind of secret organization that he was in, or a secret organization wanted to make an example of the Walsh family. Excuse me. And then they did this kind of thing. It seems to me like there's something darker. Something darker, something more sinister in this kind of thing. The body was never found, just a head. Whoever did that was trying to add insult to injury. And all this stuff about saying in a letter that he wants $5,000 and I'll tell you what the body is. That's too much power for one man to have. It is. Somebody was either helping him, or somebody else did it. Somebody who had the money, the power, the influence to make it look as normal as possible to lure that kid away from him, away from the mother on that day. I don't know. It just seems like that. So if you guys have any comments, any questions you want to add on to this, just please tell me. Because this is really mind-boggling. I mean, and of course it's an old story, and Otis Toole is dead, and he died in prison or whatever. But something just doesn't match. It just doesn't pan out. What if there's something more to this? So again, drop a comment. Any questions and all that, you know what to do. And again, to all of you, take care. Weird shit. Very weird shit. Sad, fucked up, and weird. Take care.